Hi, everybody, and welcome. Invisible Lady of Faith.
And me!
And we're coming to you with spiritual perspectives of the Sunday school lesson entitled Faith and Righteousness for Sunday, January the 7th,
and those
2024.
Those that don't know who I am, I'm her other half.
Faith and righteousness.
Oh, yeah.
So today we're going to discuss faith and a little bit of righteousness.
A little bit of righteousness.
So I believe that faith is vital to our belief in God. What do y'all think? What do you think?
What is you talking about this? Yes, it is very vital.
Vital.
Because the issue is we've never met God. I always want to put it in a thing. Well, if you in God's presence, you might drop dead. We can talk about all kind of theories there, but see, the thing is, we need to be focused on ourselves. And if anything, we need to be spreading love and have empathy, compassion for one another. That's what's important. And we need to get to that point. In order to get to that point, we got to start believing. As my wife had asked me, how does my relationship look with God? We need to work on our relationship with God. We need to understand what that looks like. Right?
Right. We do need to understand what it looks like, because my relationship with God, I am still working on that, and hopefully one of these days I can verbalize it and get a clearer understanding where I can share.
Think about this. You're working on that, but see, look at your relationship with me. It's going on 48 years with me, and your question is, why do you still believe me? Why haven't you not divorced me? Why have you not thrown up your hands and walked away?
Because you're a honest, generous...
Okay, stop right there. How come you don't look at God's relationship? What he has done for you. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
Your life experiences with him.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
so work on that.
Okay, I'll work on that. Okay, so as far as faith is being vital, and faith is also vital to being righteous, and righteous is just like, as one writer said, being a good person or doing the right thing. Okay, because we know, or we should know, what is right, the difference between right and wrong.
And see, righteous means, like you said, being a good version of yourself. And when we all start out, because when we came out of our mother's womb, we wasn't perfect. We had to learn. And the scripture says we're born in this world into sin. But let's just push that aside. A child has to learn, right?
Yeah.
And I had to learn and progress through junior high, through high school, through college, and then a father, then a husband, and etc. I had to become more mature.
Yeah.
I had to have more mercy. I had to have more grace, more love, in order to tolerate all the personalities in our family. In order, oh yeah.
But learning is constant. We will never stop learning.
That's true.
Whatever it is that we need to learn in this journey called life.
But see, as over time we become more mature. Over time, that's how you become. When you say more mature, but if you keep practicing good, you're heading the meter is heading toward righteousness. His behavior. Then we can get closer and closer to righteousness.
In other words, just doing the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah, doing the right thing.
But what I mean by the little nuance that I'm trying to say is that you have to practice doing the right thing so it become natural, like breathing air.
Right. That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, because you can't practice stealing stuff and then say you're practicing righteousness, and that's not righteous behavior.
No.
Okay, so faith is trusting in someone or something and believing that whatever we have faith results in us feeling comfortable or comforted and feeling like we've been heard and supported.
Yeah, because, that was Hebrews 11 chapter, the first verse, faith is what?
Well, it depends on what version you read, but faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So
NIV is now faith is confidence in what we hope and for assurance about what we do not see.
Right. We have not physically seen God, but we believe and have faith that he is there.
Yes.
We haven't seen him,
well,
right?
See,
and we have confidence that he is there and that he is a creator.
I'm glad you said confidence. You emphasize.
Confidence, right,
Yeah, you
confidence.
emphasize because that's how your relationship gets stronger when you have the confidence that you are interacting and speaking with God. I saw her for the first time.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's real short.
Okay.
And God said, "That's your wife."
Make it short. Make it short. Okay.
And guess what? It's true. And that was 40-some years ago. See,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, I'll tell you short.
I know that story.
Yeah, you know it.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So when we have faith, like we have trust and we have hope, like we just said. So we hope that what we have faith in will come to pass, even though we don't see it.
Right.
Right? But eventually, we will see it.
But you also got, I just thought about it as you were saying that.
Right.
We had to have faith in our relationship to be this long in that relationship.
That's true.
Because we put the work in
True.
to make this happen.
Yeah, so faith is trusting in someone or something. So I have faith in him that he will provide for the family and do what he's supposed to do as a provider and a protector, and he does.
And see, the interesting part about that, he says things you have not seen.
Yeah.
She can touch me physically. She can see that. But the interesting part is this.
What?
When I was on the road, when I was working at Network Systems, I could have been in a hotel, I had me some mistress on the side and what have you.
Yeah.
But she has enough instinct. I might ask you right now, do you think I was, having different women in the hotel and stuff?
No, I don't. But
see?
On the other side, I could have been doing the same thing on this
No.
end.
You could have. But I'm saying to relate to the scriptures,
right.
You couldn't see me.
Right.
You had the faith to trust me.
That you were doing the right thing.
I was doing the right thing.
Right.
Okay. And not like some guy, well, ain't nobody want him, so I'm okay. That's not, No. You got to have faith in that relationship. Just like you have to have faith in God, even though we haven't seen it. We trust the process that God put us on that path to trust one another. So I didn't have to come in. My wife didn't have to go, I don't smell any perfume. Did you do this? No,
you do have to trust, because I never did things like that.
And it's a two-way street. Because it's not just her just trusting me.
Yeah.
I also had to give her indications that I was where I said I was going to be.
Okay. So the scripture also mentioned something about trusting God because he fulfilled his promises to us. So I was wondering, what promises are they talking about? So I came up with a couple of items, items, and the first promise is peace, of not letting the pressure or the disappointments, our frustrations, our corruption in the world affect our inner peace, or our happiness, or our optimism that things will get better.
Because when I come home to a house of what?
Peace.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay, so another promise that God has given us, or was mentioned, that he will lead and guide us and protect us from danger, from hurt, and harm. So when we do experience those things, he will see us through that. When we come out on the other side, okay. It's not that we won't go through stuff. We go through stuff. That's just life. But we go through it knowing that God is walking through it with us.
Yeah, and
that will come out. Okay.
There's different, levels of it too. There's some people that is walking with, and they've seen the patterns how God works. They have a stronger relationship with God. And then there's some that's getting started, and they get confused because the ones that I'm not so concerned about, the ones that are stronger, but the ones that's here and at the end is kind of weak. And he said, well, God didn't help me do that. I said, well, okay. And I'll be asking, okay, now what are you having a problem with God? Giving it, for instance, well, I'm having health challenges and everything, and, I'm having a hard time breathing. I said, okay, then what if God told you, and didn't he give you an answer? No, not really. And then as I'm sitting there talking, they fire up a cigarette. Don't you think God would tell you to stop smoking a cigarette? Because, guess what it's doing to your body? But I just have to have my cigarettes. Then you really don't want God. You want God to heal your silliness because your body is being infected because it wasn't designed to have fire and smoke going down your lungs. Okay, so you want him to give you a impenetrable, and what's that word?
Impenetrable
lungs to put, is to keep it from the smoke. So,
nicotine.
Yeah, I'm just using that analogy. Sometimes we're doing
carcinogenic ingredients. Yeah,
it's just like a little kid wants to go to the swimming pool and jump in, but don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
So, and a guy say, okay, I took you out of the pool, you're safe here, but you keep jumping back in. Just like I didn't made your health better, but you keep jumping back in.
Yeah, we do that. So, the lesson scripture gives us examples of people that lived before us that who showed faith, and it mentioned Cain and Abel, Noah who built an ark. So wait, back up. Cain slew Abel, right? Abel because of jealousy.
Could
right?
say, yeah.
Yeah, I guess because of jealousy. So, Noah built an ark. I guess while he was building it, people must have thought he was crazy for building this big old
let me
ark or boat, whatever.
Inject Cain and Abel, but when Cain had he was jealous, but he also too he was upset with the fact that God thought of Abel's offering had more respect for Abel's heart. But the reason why is because Abel gave his best.
So, yeah, that's a good point, because sometimes we just do things to be doing it any old way. We really don't put our best or our love into it. We just do it to hurry up and get it done. You know, so that's a good point.
And God knows when you're doing your best and giving the best. Mm-hmm. It's not so much giving it to God. Is giving your best whoever you do. I have to give my best to my wife and vice versa. Mm-hmm. In my job, I got to give my best. Mm-hmm. Keep on.
Okay, so Abraham, also another person that mentioned in the scripture about who had faith was Abraham. His offspring would be the...
You talking about Isaac?
His offspring? No, Ishmael and Isaac. He had Ishmael and Isaac.
Yeah.
But God promised him that his son. His sons and his descendants. That's the word I was looking for. His descendants would be taken care of.
Yes.
Right? Taken care of.
And when I say
later in life.
Yeah. Okay. Descendant, he said he was going to make a great nation out of Isaac, which is Christians. And Ishmael, he said the same thing to him. And that's, as I studied, I saw that led to the Muslim, community. So.
What led to the Muslim community?
Ishmael.
Oh, Ishmael. Ishmael's descendants.
That's the Muslim branch, and Isaac is the Christian branch. Because the reason why I said I don't want to pick on anyone, but it's one thing that we don't believe in, that when you have family members that won't talk to each other because they're mad at one another, that's sad.
It's just a misunderstanding. Once they communicate and come to an understanding, it don't have to be an agreement. Just come to an understanding. Then I think whatever it is, whatever the disagreement is or whatever will melt.
And that goes back to the subject of the lesson: faith and righteousness. Mm-hmm. You got to have faith when you do engage your family member, because we experience some good things in our own family. That we have individuals, they've been talking to each other on and off, but they're getting stronger. That relationship looks like it has a chance.
Now, it has a long way to go, but it's a start.
It's a start.
It's a start.
Yeah.
We're grateful for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I hope we said something in this discussion on faith and righteousness that will provoke thought for you.
If you got questions, please shoot the questions to us.
Leave a comment.
We're more than happy to answer it.
Right. Okay. Thanks for watching.